Yeah. No, just me.
Just you?
I'm Louie.
Hey, Louie, I'm out.
Nice to meet you.
Just here to
I'm
support.
good. I'm his friend.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
I brought my friends to my first open mic in a while, which this is probably a great idea.
It's a great idea. My good friends. Like,
Yeah, just have them all see
you must be a
the
really
first time.
good
Yes.
friend.
You ready, Bailey?
So I have another guy who's like, fucking, I hope he doesn't heckle me.
Yeah, I'll look at everything else though.
I thought that was Jake the Snake Roberts on your shirt.
Yes, that right. Ready in 5, 4, 3.
All right, let's give it up, everyone. All of you, let's give it up. Welcome to Funky Fridays here at LA School of Comedy, located at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard, where we believe that if anyone has told you that you're funny, you probably are. So write it down and take it from the page to the stage. So let's see. It's my first time hosting, so I gotta be a good host. And I don't know what that means. Like, would you like some water with your rolls or something? I don't know. What's been going on with me? I guess I should also introduce myself. Like, who the hell is that guy? My name is Billy Ramirez. Don't mind me. I'm just a middle-aged man in a identity crisis and whatnot. But like, for example, I've been riding around in my in a vet. I recently got a vet, and I've been driving around and kind of like this midlife crisis thing, and been driving around for a week, and I haven't met one single woman. Not one woman wants to talk to me about my vet, and I don't know why, because I feel it's as far as I'm concerned, a 1982 Chevy Chevette's a perfectly nice car, so I don't know what the problem is. That's where the band would punch it up. That's what we were talking about with Aaron. Yeah, we should have a band here. Maybe at least a bassist to hit me with one of those like doom, that'd be great. See what else. What else is going on with me? Oh, yesterday I did one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my entire life, and that is I ordered a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Do you know how? First of all, do you know how difficult it is to order just a cup of coffee anywhere? Just where would you go to get a cup of coffee? At a diner, you'd probably have to order a Grand Slam or something. I don't know. But I ordered a cup of coffee, and it was like I don't know. The small is still a vent. I don't know. Because they have the gallon tea, whatever. But now it just comes out of a machine, and they press the button for my little cup of coffee, and now my coffee just sat there while everyone attended to all these online orders and whatnot. I'm like, it's just right there. Get my coffee. Like, I'm in a coffee shop, I ordered a cup of coffee, and I'm not getting my cup of coffee. But anyways, what's better than nice hot steaming cup of coffee? The hot comedy of Louie. So let's please give it up to our first timer, who's gonna enrapture you with his comedy. So give it up for Louie.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Louie. I'm gonna talk too much in the microphone. Yeah, it's basically my first time. I haven't done this in a very long time. I can tell you where you can get a cup of coffee, and that is AA. Yeah, it's free too. But yeah, they don't necessarily do venti or flat whites. Yeah, no. So I guess the start of this is I'm an addict. It kind of punctuates the gap in my career. But yeah, so I'll tell you that when you are an addict, there's a lot of results from it. But one of the results is you make a lot of gay friends. You do, and I'm not trying to say that gay people are more predisposed to be addicts. The data says that. But okay, sorry. I'm just kidding. I love my gay friends. I love my gay friends. They teach me a lot. Sometimes too much. The big drug in the gay community, at least in LA, is methamphetamine. And I like saying methamphetamine instead of meth because it just sounds punchier. But yeah, there's a lot to know about meth. I guess the main thing to start with is there's 3 ways to do meth. You can snort it, you can smoke it, or you can slam it or inject it. But I will tell you the gays did invent a 4th way, and I'll tell you all about it. So before I can tell you what that is, I have to go over to very important biological phenomena, The first is boofing, and boofing is when you drink or do drugs by rectally, and it's very intense and immediate, so I've been told. But the second biological process that you need to know is, first, like when you smoke or when you do meth in any way, very little of it is actually metabolized by your body. A lot of it is left over. And so in any of your bodily fluids, meth is going to come out too. So if you haven't already put together what the fourth way to do meth is, I'll spell it out for you. But first I will say, don't use this to, stigmatize the gays. Please don't use this to do that or to scare kids out of exploring their sexuality. I'm simply trying to laugh at my gay drug addict friends for things they told me in confidence. As you know, they're my friends, so it's okay, I guess. And I hope they never find this. So basically, the fourth way to do meth is when two adults in West Hollywood love each other very much, and one of them does meth, smokes it, snorts it, slams it, and then he inserts himself into the other adult and pees in his butt. I'm telling you, this is like but the way that people talk about this is like euphoria, and they will say like this is the best way to do it. I'm like, I mean, if you're talking about like a way to do meth that God intended, like you had to. The body's designed so that this works. Okay, well, I'll move on from that. What is my next thing? So, the pharmaceutical companies do not want you to know that this exists, because if you did, you would know the best way to share medicine. Both people get the full effect and nothing is wasted. They say socialized medicine is impossible in America. I guess not. I don't know. I do firmly believe in socialized medicine. I'm all over the place in terms of my views. Yeah, socialized medicine. Give it up for socialized medicine. And the big reason is socialized medicine saved my life. It's kind of a, fucking, you're gonna get to know all about me from just the circumstances of this story. But so I was 16 and I was in Denmark at a music festival, and that tells enough about me, which is probably not great because I ended up a drug addict and fucking doing this. But the story involves the rules of beer pong, a camp chair, and $30,000 in medical care. So it all started. Really the way I got to Denmark, or the Danish Music Festival at 16, that's not important. Just I have good friends there. That's not the important part. The important part is you can drink at 16 in Denmark. So I did a lot of that. And they taught me a lot of their drinking games, and so I felt compelled to teach them, how to play beer pong. And, we didn't have any of this stuff, but there was a lot of, like, debris in the festival. So I made a beer pong table, and I taught them the rules, set it up. But I immediately encountered a problem, and my problem was 6'8" and reaching over the table to drop the ping pong balls in the in the cups. And I had already mentioned, and I guess this is a California rule, I don't know if this is everywhere, but you can't put your elbow over the table unless you're a girl. And this person did not identify as a girl. I made sure of that. But so I told him, you can't do that. I told you this rule. And so he kept doing it, and so I just started calling him a girl. I told him I had a dress in the tent that would look great on him. He did not like that. He was very upset by that. And so I asked all the girls around, like, if they had a spare tampon that he could use. This is the one I wrote down. And then he got more upset. So I said, well, maybe if you put on the dress and you get some attention from boys and you'd feel all better. And that's, before I knew it, I was, grappling on the ground and losing, partially because I could not stop laughing. And he flips me over, and I land sitting up, propped up, with the jagged edge of a hollow, like, metal tube from a broken camp chair just, like, impaled in my armpit. And yeah, so that's not good. It's not particular. If you're to get impaled one way, that would not be a good way to do that. So my friends, so first thing, he looks at me, he figures out what's going on. I don't feel anything, but I notice I'm hurt. And he looks at me, turns like deathly pale and runs away. Ever since this happened, I have gone back and I see him, and as soon as he sees me, he bolts in the other direction, which I never thought I'd have that effect on people. But so my good friend picks me up and brings me to the medical tent, and I leave behind a trail of blood and like a little sausage in the pole because it's hollow. But I don't know if that's funny or gross. But so I get to the medical tent. They take me to the hospital. 2 surgeries and a blood transfusion later, I'm all sewn up, and I'm trying to pretend like I'm well enough to go back to the festival. But then they start talking about the bill. And, in Denmark, anywhere that has socialized medicine, they charge you if you're a foreigner. But with some help and some completely blind luck, I got designated as a unidentifiable Danish hobo, which apparently they have a rule for that. And so I got to walk off without a medical bill, and that was amazing. I also didn't know how much it cost. Like, I didn't know what I had, so that was like going to take some reverse engineering. But I did get to live the identity of like, I'm a Danish hobo who roams the land fighting giants for women's rights. That's the end of that one. I have this written down. I don't think fat people should be able to say they have athlete's foot. I don't, there's not really much left. They should have to say that they have a sweaty toe fungus. Just, their lives are too good already. Oh, all right. Oh, well, I forgot the thing. Well, I'll just have to do it off the spot. So in school, they told us about this experiment to like try and get us, warn us about drugs, where they gave a rat cocaine in one water bottle, one was a regular water bottle. The rat drank so much of the cocaine water, he overdosed. So like he just kept going for it. And I could have told, like I already knew what the ending was going to be because I had already read the book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I don't know if you guys know that book. It's a book where if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll want a glass of milk. And I got to tell you, for any aspiring drug addicts out there, you should read this book because it will tell you how your friends will act when you give them cocaine. And so, like, I'm writing a draft. I forgot to bring it up here, but I'll remember the lines I can. If you give your friend cocaine, he'll want to watch him, or he'll want to drink. If you give him a drink, he'll want to watch a movie and more cocaine. If you watch a movie, he'll want to write a movie. If you write a movie, you'll get 3 pages in, and then he'll want to go to a bar. If you go to a bar, he'll want more cocaine. He'll go up to one woman, get rejected once, and say say we should get a hooker. If you go looking for a hooker, you will find one. She will take your money, and then you will realize she's not coming back. And then if you get to that point, your friend will say, "I want more cocaine, so you need to call the dealer." I'm not quite matching the language of the book right now, but basically you get more cocaine, and the end of it is basically and you wake up miserable. And the end of it is the process happens for 8 years after that. I don't know. Still a draft. But yeah, thank you for the time. This is a cool place.
Let's give it up for Louis, the Danish hobo. I got to tell you, drugs sound fun. That's exactly what I need, I think. I only do the little, but, maybe some meth edibles. Try that. By the way, have you heard of This Is Not Happening?
Yes. That's the way I first heard that might be true.
So Jessa reads Meth P?
Yep.
So I don't want to spoil it for anyone out there, but a story called Meth P should be enough to pique your curiosity to look it up. So please do it. Trust me, the ending is worth it. So let's see. Oh, I'm in host mode again, right? So I want one of those Bob Barker ridiculous mics, those palm tree mics. I always thought that was ridiculous, but So it's all dudes. So I'm going to bring it up. Let's talk about pro wrestling. Is anyone here a fan of pro wrestling? No, I'm going to still talk about it because it's all dudes. Because as a single man, I don't want to risk talking about pro wrestling because if you talk about wrestling in a room full of women, eventually you're going to hear what sounds like a basketball team doing footwork drills in an adjacent gym somewhere, and then you're like, what the hell is that? Is that a basketball team doing footwork? No, that's just the sound of women losing interest because you're talking about pro wrestling. But it's I've liked it since I was a little kid, since the 80s, Hulk Hogan and all that, and Ultimate Warrior, and God, and I remember who's the Paul one that wrestles? One of the Pauls wrestles.
All the Pauls I know box.
One of them wrestles. Yeah, and then so like one of them, I can't believe Logan Paul, would do that. And it's like, you do realize that it's almost a requirement to be an asshole to be a pro wrestler, right? Anyways, but when I watch pro wrestling and all the moves, and like I still can't get over the fact that it's just a bunch of sweaty dudes playing with each other. But how did it begin? Because I watched some of these moves and where you have to put your body parts and whatnot. So, like I think about like the first ever pro wrestling class. Like, how did that go? How do you convince someone to start doing all these moves? Like, just imagine, I don't know when pro wrestling got started long ago, but just imagine the first ever pro wrestling class. Like, all right, young man, thank you for being here. I know you're nervous being stripped down to your underwear and your socks, but we're going to get started. So the first move I'm going to teach you is called the body slam. It's very simple. All you have to do is face your opponent, and then your opponent, all he does is he puts his left hand on your right shoulder, and he puts his right hand in your crotch. He picks you up, and then he drops you, okay? Any questions? Oh, okay, all of you. Sure, yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's your body gets slammed. It's the body slam. It's really easy. Okay. Because if it was something else, it'd be a different move. All right. You question. Well, it doesn't go in. It just goes between. Okay. It's just relax. All right. I noticed that there's some trepidation here. All right. So we'll change it up. So we'll try a different move. All right. Something a little different. So don't let the name disturb you, but it's called the pile driver. Okay. So check this out. All you have to do in this, you just face your opponent, you bend down, and then you shove your head in his crotch. He picks you up, and then he drops you on your head. Any questions? Yeah, you. Yes, directly on your head. Mm-hmm. But don't worry, your head is perfectly cradled in his crotch, so it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, huh? Yes, you. Uh-huh. Wait. What did you say? Wait, who are you, by the way? Wait, did you say the masked chimney sweeper? Which would make sense whenever this joke is taking place, a long time ago. Wait. Did you just ask pads and helmets? Like, wait, no. Did you ask in pro wrestling if we use pads and helmets? Listen, the masked chimney sweeper, okay? You grab your golden broom, okay, and your shiny pecs, and you head on down to the football field, okay? If you want pads and helmets, right? Because this is pro wrestling, all right? This is serious, all right? And for the rest of you, now we're going to learn how to strut, so... Woo! Anyways, but I know I got to work on the ending a little bit, but there's some legs there. But on that note, please, I want you to make some WWE pro wrestling style noise when I bring you up. None other than the hilarious and the deadly Alan, the number cruncher Weiss. Come on, let's make some noise. Crunch some numbers, man.
Thank you. I feel like the pro wrestling should be more like you name the movement and then you name the name. Like this one move, you grab the guy on his testicles, left thumb in his ass, you lift him up above your head and you drop him. That's called the pile driver or whatever it is. I don't know. Because then it's like a weird juxtaposition. Anyway, either way would work, I guess. My name is Alan Weiss. Thank you. Thank you. I am an accountant, so that's why you brought up numbers. As an accountant, we have to have fun, so I decided I'd join a gang of accountants. We're the debits and they're the credits. And we go around and jump people. You've just been reconciled. And then we write them off. Accounting's like a gang. We beat up people in the office, like usually marketing. We go and gang up against them and tell them they're over budget. and say, well, you want some more money? You're going to have to do something for us. And we start to we make protection. You want some protect. You need to go to pay the toll to get the money, to get the stuff, the good stuff. And at work, the good stuff is money, right? Because you need the money to buy stuff. So we go around and beat people up. Someone's at the door. Come in. What's up? Join us. So the gangs. Lots of fun stuff with the counting gang. But I gotta think of other things there. What else can we do for counting games? Like, we need to. What do gangs do? They sell drugs. They beat people up. They light things on fire. They graffiti. We graffiti things too, but we don't. We just appreciate them. We depreciate them. What's up, man? Welcome to the open mic. We all have parents. You have parents, right? You have parents. Do your parents good cooks or bad cooks?
Bad cooks.
Bad cook, bad cook, good cook. Okay, bad, good. Okay, well, my mom she's a lovely lady, but she wasn't a very good cook. But if she listened to this, she'd be like, "You're mean to me," and she was a little bit passive aggressive about it. She always wanted my dad to cook, but she was passive aggressive. So the way she'd go about it is she'd just cook really, really, really dry chicken. And it never worked. My dad still just didn't cook. And so that's how I grew up. I grew up on the dry chicken diet. And that's why I'm this thin, because I never learned how to cook. So I also just cook dry chicken. And my coworkers, they go up to me and go like, "Why do you eat peanut butter sandwiches every day for lunch?" I'm like, "Because it's dry. It's bland. It's just like the dry chicken." My coworkers asked me, how could I lose some weight? And I said, just go on my diet. It's very easy. Just dry chicken and peanut butter. And then work out 3-4 times a week. But they don't like that part, so I just leave out that. Because no one wants to work out. It's not cool to work out. Then everybody goes to the gym. It's only cool, all those Instagram models, they do it, and they make it look cool or something. I don't know what they're trying to do. Trying to get me to go on their OnlyFans or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I have never been on, so their loss. Yeah. So my mom, she's cool. She growing up, she'd only buy food on sale. I don't know if your parents did the same thing, but we'd have random stuff in the house. But it was not super random. It'd be like cookies, right? But it'd be the random cookie. She'd always buy Chips Ahoy, but then one day it would be like Raisin Bran cookies or something. It would be like, what the hell? What is this? Where did this come from? And then we'd find out it was 50% off. And she's like, oh, I just thought it would be good, but my mom doesn't eat cookies. So I'm not really sure how she just look at the package and say, well, that looks good. And we had this cookie cabinet, this whole cabinet full of cookies, but I was only allowed to have 2. So by the time you got through them, they were stale. So you just didn't eat the cookies. And the same thing with ice cream. We had tubs of ice cream because it was on sale, so she bought lots of ice cream. She didn't eat ice cream either. She didn't eat sweets. She didn't eat anything. So hence why we had dried chicken. She probably just whatever. And so then they'd have the ice crystals on it. And we were like, okay. So most of the ice cream I had was ice cream. It's great. I loved it. Let's see what else we have. Sorry, 1 second. This is just going at it, mostly improv. I'm just kind of making it up as I'm going. Not making it up. That's actually true stuff. But one day my mom doesn't like to throw anything away out here. Is your parents the same way? The expiration dates don't exist?
Yeah.
Right. Expiration date. Does your mom believe in expiration dates?
Yeah.
Okay, she believes. So he came from a good household where his parents cared about him and your health. That's nice. My mom, nothing expired. We would have food with mold on it, and my mom's just scrape it off. Just take it off. We'd have an apple, and she'd just cut it in half and say, eat the other half. We went in the freezer one day, and there was a turkey in there that was 5 years old. a 5-year-old turkey in the freezer. And my mom thought if you froze it, it'll last forever, which is not true. And so my brother and I, one day when she left, we threw it all out. We're like, we're not going to eat this. One day we're going to have this served for us. And we came back the next day, and the turkey was back. It was back. So that was fun. So I made sure when my mom served the turkey, I was just not feeling well, and I just didn't show up. I was like, I am not eating this turkey. I gave it to the dog. He didn't care. Dogs eat like whatever. They eat their dogs eat their own feces. You know, I was in like Vaughn's one of these years back, and Pedigree came out with this dog food called the Pedigree Healthy Dog Stool. And I was like, well, if they're gonna eat it, might as well be healthy. Let's see. Coworker. So there's math anxiety. Are you good at math? You good at math?
Not anymore.
No. There's a thing called math anxiety. It's where you just get anxiety because you can't solve the problem. Well, I'm an accountant, so we have the similar thing called accounting anxiety. You're really anxious when things don't balance. And so, you know, my coworker, I told him that, and he said, you probably have an inner ear issue. Yeah, I'm an accountant. I'm a CPA.
And you're not good at math?
I'm great at math.
Oh, but you have anxiety.
No, I'm just talking about, having, there is the thing of anxiety, because in accounting, you get pissed off when things don't balance. So you're trying to reconcile two numbers or two sets of data. So like a balance sheet to a bank statement, and you're trying to reconcile, and it doesn't reconcile, you get pissed off. So that would give you anxiety, where you're like, God damn it, why doesn't this damn thing balance? You spend hours trying to figure that out with 3 pennies. And then I tell everybody, it's not material. Boss, it's not material. He's like, it's $3 million. You forgot that it was in thousands and millions place. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get back onto that. The scariest part about living alone is when you are downstairs eating, and all of a sudden someone appears in your house, and you forget that you had a friend stay over. It's like, that happened. It happens. We have a couple minutes. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, what do we have? Okay, so my girlfriend and I, we were talking about buying cars. We realized we have different methods of buying cars. I save and save and save till I can afford it, and she screws the salesman. I tried that. It didn't work. They charged me extra. Stupid. I wrote that with my girlfriend. That was funny. Let's see what else we can do. I have my mom. I was rummaging through her house, and I saw all her spices in the cabinets were old. And she's like, there's no way you can throw away $80 worth of spices. So now I use them as deodorant. My friend's like, you smell great. I'm like, yeah, it's called Old Spice. Oh, Jesus. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss.
Let's give it up again for Alan, the number cruncher, Weiss. So you're not going up?
No.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're done. So, there's no one else to introduce, so I should just shut the hell up, right? I mean, I think the most important thing is that December 8th.
Yeah.
Yes, December 8th. Oh, yeah, it was good. I mean, I was trying to do a thing where it's like there's the thespian, and then we're on December 8th. We're doing this class, but no, just kidding. So actually, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. So, Aaron, would you please come up here and talk about the classes on December 8th? So we got some acting classes, and they sound really fun. I'll be there, so hopefully that doesn't deter you. So.
Why not? Hi, I'm Aaron McIntyre. It's Aaron. It's not Aaron. It's not Aaron. So it's not E-R-I-N, which is the gay way, okay? And it's not A-A-R-O-N. So please don't fucking call me A-A Ron. I mean, getting real sick of it. Besides AA Ron, it's supposed to be anonymous. Am I right? Speaking of which, I am also in recovery. Thank you. Thank you. It's been about 22 and a half hours since I had my last substance. And I'm going to be actually going to an AA meeting right after this because you know the chips, right? So I got to get my 24-hour chip, right? I'm going to get another one. I've got about 8,650 of them. And as soon as I hit 10,000, I'm going to quit. And that's going to be my benchmark. Oh, we have a new person here. You need to sign in, sir. It's a requirement. No, he's just sitting here, just watching. He was just walking down the street, and he's like, hey, look, there's comedy. I think I'll go in there. Let's see here. We're talking about moms. Yeah, I have one. I don't know if you have one. Some of you do, because I heard. Are they domesticated? Have they been domesticated? Because my fucking mother is not domesticated, okay? During the pandemic, I went out to take care of her, you know, as a good son would. Except for I wasn't very good at it because she died. But she would laugh at that joke. She would... Actually, she wouldn't laugh at that joke. She had no sense of humor whatsoever. She used to, you know, torment me. And the worst thing that a mother can do is that disappointment, right? It's like I would much rather my mother tore me a new asshole than to have the disappointment look. You know, one time I was like 8, and we went to see It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and my friends and I, you know, it was a sleepover, so we went to the cigarette machine. They used to have cigarette machines. I don't know if you know that. And we got these cigarettes, and we took them home. You know, we're up in this room, you know, and oh great, we light up the cigarettes, and a couple of puffs into it, my mother is like, she's got a nose, right? Because it was a big house. She was on the other side. She could smell it. She came up, knocked on the door, and she said, "Are you smoking in there?" And I looked up and I said, "Yeah." And she just looked at me and went, and turned and walked away. The worst fucking thing in the world, painful. And I don't like pain. I'm a big pussy, okay? I am the biggest pussy you will ever meet. Okay? I don't like pain. You know, I never understood people who get in fights. Never understood it. You know, it's like, ooh, that would hurt. And I really don't like that. I'm the kind of person that like bumps his arm and goes, ow! And then I'm like, oh, that didn't really even hurt. What the fuck was that? And then somebody else will bump into something, I'll go, ow! And then I had this fantasy about this woman who was in my apartment. She bumped her arm, and I went, oh! She went, what's wrong? And I said, well, you know, it's the pain. It's the pain that you women feel when you give birth. It is. I mean, you know, it is. That's what it feels like to me. You know, I watched Die Hard. Somebody fucking falls 40 feet off of a fucking building and lands. You know, it's physically painful to me. But actually, it's not pussy. I found out it's not pussy. Okay, you don't call people, because pussy's, you know, that area of the woman, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful, you know? So you wouldn't call somebody who's like a yellow belly, you know, you wouldn't call him a pussy. So we call them pussies, because it's actually from pusillanimous, which means yellow belly. And it's fun fact, isn't it? It's trippy, yeah. Pusillanimous. Well, how they got pussy, I don't know. Because, like I said, I do think that, you know, they go through a lot, you know. And actually, you know, there's this whole thing about, you know, people are talking about abortion, right? Let's change that, because abortion just sounds so... Abortion sounds really, really too much, right? So reproductive freedom, right? So reproduction. Let's look at the word reproduction. We are producing something. So the woman is producing something from her body, right? So all the Republicans are all up in, you know, okay, maybe not all the Republicans, but a lot of them, they don't want, you know, they don't want reproductive freedom. So I figured a way around it that would, go along with the conservatives. What it would be is if you incorporate, because you're just basically you're just a baby factory. You're just like a Volkswagen factory. Pumping out things. The Thing. Do you remember The Thing? They stopped them, right? So they stopped production because they weren't selling, right? So you get together with your husband or your boyfriend or your test tube or petri dish or however the fuck they do that other thing, and you get together with them and you incorporate, because if you incorporate, they can't sue you and they can't stop you from stopping production, because you just say, I'm not into this, and we're gonna end the production, and they have it hard. I mean, we got it pretty easy, guys, right? It's a room full of men. I don't know if you've ever done it, but it's pretty fast, I mean, depending on who you are, right? Personally, I haven't had sex in like 14 years. So 14 years, yeah. That's dog years. So I do that because, it's good to, it works really well for a pity fuck. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole lot better to have a pity fuck than a relationship, if you know what I mean. I mean, not you. I mean, I'm sure you've got your lovely girlfriend, right? You have that, No?
No.
It's been 2 years for you, too?
No.
Okay, good for you. You're young. I'm not. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm just a bald white guy. And by the way, the people who walk around with the shaved heads on the side with the little fucking thing on top, is that just a fuck you to fucking bald people? It's like, yeah, I can shave it off here. I can grow it up here, but you can't. Fucking idiots. I hate them. What other idiots? Anybody? BMW drivers in here? Anybody got a BMW? Good, because I hate those fucking people. They're fucking assholes. I just learned that they're taking the blinkers out of BMWs because they never fucking use them anyway. It's like, what's the point? They drive right up to a truck, then they'll pull halfway around, and then they'll go the same speed as the other person. I'm just behind them going, fucking, come on, man. Really chaps my ass. Let's see here. There we go. I think that, not having sex for that long, it has been a long time, not quite 2 years, but I've had to kind of develop other relationships with people, other sexual relationships with other, well, I wouldn't say people. I've been having a pretty torrid affair with my friend's bidet. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, man, but woo, man, she is fucking squirty, if you know what I mean. And I can't really tell him, because there might be some kind of a thing where we wouldn't be friends anymore, and I can't take her home to my parents, because they're dead. So. That's the way it is. Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap up there, but I do want to let you know that on December 8th, that's a Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock or 2:30, Sunda, the fabulous Sunda Krunka. Let's give it up for Sunda. She's probably watching from New York. She's going to be doing a little 2-hour workshop for stand-up. So she's a gem. If you ever get a chance to work with Sunda, I would highly recommend it because she's great. And then at 4:30, I'm going to be working for a couple hours with young adults 10 to 17. I don't want any younger because then I have to babysit. I don't want to babysit, not a babysitter. I want people who are passionate about acting and they want to be an actor. And then at 7, I'll start working with adults. So from 7 to 10, we'll give them 3 hours because we've got a lot of people signed up already. If you'd like to come, love to see you. We're going to have food. We're going to have beverages, everything. So definitely show up for that. Here at the LA School of Comedy, 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. 4:30 for kids 10 to 17, and 7 o'clock for adults, and then coming at 2:30 for some stand-up with Sunda. And I guess I'll end there. Thanks, everybody. You've been fantastic. Give it up for Billy Ramirez.
All right, give it up for Aaron McIntyre again. So like, it's my first time hosting. What do I do at the end of the show after everyone's done? Just everyone just drive safely. If you don't have to go home, but you can stay here and all that. Once again, this is LA School of Comedy. This is Funky Friday. We do Manic Mondays, Wacky Wednesdays, and Funky Fridays at 7 p.m. at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. $10 for 10 minutes. And like we said, if someone has told you that you're funny, you probably are. So write it down and take it from the page to the stage. So again, once again, it's Billy Ramirez, LA School of Comedy. Thanks for watching.